Hello everyone. We're a team of 3 assistant professors at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. We're interested in the automatic tracking and recognition of behaviors in marmoset monkeys. We plan to use deep learning and machine learning techniques for this. And before we go into the technical details, I'll let Dr. Clayton explain the scientific context of it.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Clayton. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Nebraska at Omaha in the Department of Biology, as well as the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in the Department of Food Science and Technology. And so our project aims to develop automatic tracking of movements and behaviors of the common marmoset. I'm going to tell you about the common marmoset here in just a second. So these are highly social primates with strong familial attachment. And our framework for this project will integrate computer vision, deep learning techniques, and contactless continuous multimodal video recording, including RGB and thermal video data. So for this specific project, our goal is to implement data collection, pre-processing, and early stages of analysis. So in terms of marmosets as animal models, right? This is their genus and species name. And they've been used in biomedical research for a very, very, very long time. So things like endocrinology, social biology, neurobiology, reproductive biology. They have a shorter gestational period than humans, so about 145 days as opposed to 267 days. And they're easier to house than some other species of larger primates due to their smaller size. But specifically related to this project, and of great interest, is the fact that we keep them in these male-female pairs. And so they're kept in these male-female pairs, one, because they're highly social, and that makes them sensitive to stress, but also they pair bond. And so it's very interesting because one male and one female will bond very closely to one another, and they will be housed that way because they're so strongly attached to one another. So this is the okay, and so the issue is that we need to look at their behavior. And so this is an example of a behavioral ethogram here with 10 behaviors, for example. So if you were doing a focal follow of one of these individuals, let's say you did that, let's say you had 16 individuals in a particular study. So in other words, to get 10 minutes of behavioral data by observing the monkeys in person, that would equate to about 160 minutes of time for one person or multiple people to spend per day just doing that, right? So we've developed a system to collect video behavioral data of the marmosets, both in their home cages, so 2 individuals in the same cage, as well as in isolation experiments where those 2 individuals are separated for a short period of time. And so this equates to, right now, on average, between 1 and 5 hours of video footage per day that now must be examined in order to determine what that data means in the context of the study. So in other words, we call this scoring that behavioral data. And so so there are multiple ways to do that, one of which an individual could sit down and go through all that video footage. As you might imagine, that's very laborious and time consuming, and also not feasible. And so that's where this project comes in, where we need help with developing a way to decipher behavior automatically from these videos, as opposed to having a human observer to have to do that manually.
Next, I'll tell you a little bit more about the tools that we plan to use. So as you can see, we're interested in what's called as markerless pose estimation. To show you what this is, I'll go straight to one of the popular tools. This is their front page. DeepLabCut consists of training a model using manually labeled frames. You go click around on each frame on the salient features of the given animal's body. And then using these manually labeled frames, the model is trained to recognize the remaining frames. As you can see, it does a very decent job. The thing at this point is you have to label and train very specifically to your context. So you want to label for the animal and even for the specific configuration of the lab space where you're recording. For this purpose, we have to first do this for the marmoset, which is the species that we're interested in. And second, we want to do this in a way that doesn't require retraining every time the recognition system is going to be used. So we want to have a little bit of generality. And just to show you a little bit more, I'll show you how I did it. Just a while back, I was trying this tool for a different project, and this is what I came up with. This was a very quick job. That's me, by the way. I'm just practicing here to see how it's going to work. I'm tracking my feet and my hands and one point on my face. For biomechanical purposes, this has a certain use, but for the purposes of the current project, we're not only interested in tracking parts of the body. The part where it becomes really interesting is if we can track and recognize the behaviors. So it's one thing to know how the animal is moving, and it's another thing to know what the animal is doing. And this is the list of behaviors that Dr. Clayton showed you previously. This is the thing that we can achieve using some even newer tools. And these tools and techniques for machine learning, deep learning are the things that Dr. Xin Zhong is going to explain to you now.
In this project, students will learn how to apply CNNs to identify specific behaviors in marmosets, such as grooming, playing, or social interactions, directly from video footage. This isn't just about learning a tool, it's about mastering a technique that's at the forefront of visual recognition AI, using platforms like TensorFlow and PyTorch to bring these models to life. Next, we can play with recurrent neural networks, particularly long short-term memory networks, or LSTMs. These models are designed to handle sequences of data, making them ideal for analyzing how behaviors evolve over time. By working with LSTMs, students will explore how to predict behavioral changes in marmosets, providing deeper insights into their interactions. This hands-on experience will not only enhance technical skills, but also offer a new perspective on analyzing time series data in animal studies. The key highlight of this project is the use of transfer learning, a technique that allows us to take pre-trained models and adapt them to our specific needs. This approach is incredibly efficient, allowing us to leverage existing knowledge while focusing on the unique challenges of detecting marmoset behavior. Students will get to work with advanced models and see how they can be tailored to this specialized area of research, making significant contributions with relatively fewer resources. But we don't stop there. The project will also introduce students to advanced features like transformers and attention mechanisms, which are among the most exciting developments in deep learning today. These technologies enable us to focus on the most relevant parts of our data, enhancing the accuracy and efficiency of our behavior detection models. By working with these state-of-the-art techniques, students will be at the cutting edge of AI research, applying methods that are reshaping how we understand and with complex data.